Hi there, my name is Martin Anderson. I'm an associate professor in the School of Civil and Environmental Engineering at the University of New South Wales. At the moment I'm teaching a field course for students in groundwater, and I thought let's try and ask them some questions about what they think about groundwater and its importance. Let's see what they have to say about this hidden resource.
I think groundwater is definitely an important resource because even if all people are living in places where the average amount of rainfall is enough, we aren't in an ideal world, and there's always going to be droughts and events when you don't have enough surface water, so you're going to need groundwater for your resources, and it's always there as a backup.
Groundwater acts to smooth out the increasing variability weather that we're having. So even though there's lots of water around in floods, we can't use all of that. So it washes all away, and then we might be in a drought, and we have groundwater as a backup to go to. Groundwater resources are explored through drilling holes into the ground, so you can look and see where the water's at, and also check its composition to try and tell how old it is using traces or looking at the chemical compositions to know if it's safe to drink and maybe figure out where it's come from.
So groundwater in the landscape is not obvious to be told. But there's some couple type of the landscape that I think may indicate the groundwater existing. The first is spring. Springs could potentially be recharged by surface water, but also could be groundwater. It can be the interaction between groundwater and surface water. And second, maybe the wetland that have a dependent ecosystem on them.
I was definitely surprised by the amount of water that you can get from a single bore from this one behind us, which we tested with a pump test. Groundwater resources have a great potential, but you really have to know from testing and the types of things that we did what the potential is and if it's safe to drink.
Like our waters, groundwater is connected. That's why it's important to manage the groundwater bowls. By extracting one groundwater bowl, you can potentially affect the whole water tables of the aquifers and even the whole region.
It's absolutely important to get out in the field to figure out how groundwater works. You can only learn so much looking at maps, but getting out here, digging holes, dipping bores, you really get a sense for how variable and how uncertain everything is and how important it is to properly test and so we can properly manage our groundwater.
By going into the field, we're really connecting all the knowledges into our own understanding of how groundwater works. Because groundwater is not a simple, easy system that you can understand by only reading the textbook. You have to see it and feel it.
Just going on this field trip, learning about all the different ways to test these important water resources has been really great and has really given me a better understanding of what it means and how it's a single resource.